Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Finding Yahusha Ministries. If you don't know, my name's Tierney here with Teddy, my husband, and we are excited to share with a huge, I want to say project, but I would rather say like a huge endeavor that Yah has been leading us to do. So, Teddy, my husband, has been really in the spirit about what Yah wants us to do inside of this time that we're in. And so I'm just going to let him go ahead and take and describe to us this new movement. And we're definitely inviting you all, if you feel led in this direction, to link in and join with us as we pursue Yah's will for our lives. So go ahead.
Thank you. All right. So thank you all for watching. This, what we're talking about, has been on our hearts for a little while. I think the vision was when we moved to Ghana for us to build like an estate right next to our own home that we're going to be renting out, to make a living for ourselves. But Yah had a different plan for us, right? And it's been an amazing, also very challenging one for me, because I'm one that wants to plan and do things with my own strength, with my own abilities. But it's been humbling. And I recently, just yesterday, I came across a prophecy, a vision that I had, right? This was back in 2020 when I was planning to move to Ghana on my own before my family came with me. So I had a vision, right, coming out of the sleep. I had a vision, and Yah was basically telling me that the work that He has planned for me, I cannot do it on my own. I can't do it with my own strength, and that He's going to send help. And I wrote that down and I put it away, and I haven't, it's been 5 years. I haven't thought about it at all until yesterday. I was looking for another message that I had, something completely different I was looking for in my notes. And I came across this vision that I had, and I wrote down, and I'm like, wow. I guess Yah had already told me about this a long time ago, but, I had forgotten about it. So it was more of a confirmation to me that this work that we want to do on the land, it's not, entirely for me to take it on my own to do this project by myself. So what project are we talking about? It's building a small estate. And I don't know how, far this is going to go, because to me, I'm allowing Yah to lead the entire thing. However big He wants to make it, however small it has to be, I'm leaving it up to Him. But as I have it planned now, it's over 40 plus units that we're going to have. And this is like a single room, like a studio apartment, right? And like I said, it was meant to be something that I planned for my family and I to eat off of down the road. But Yah has turned my heart to really make this about His remnant, the people that He's calling back, back home, wherever you may be coming from. I don't know, but those of us that are awakening, those of us that are looking for other places to move to. So in this case, those that are looking, Yah is calling to move, to relocate to Ghana. We're going to be building this estate. And when we put it together, it's a transitional place for His remnant to come to. A place where you're going to meet fellow believers, people that are in the same walk, people that are on the same path that Yah has put us on. And while we're there together, it's a temporary place. So while you're looking for your own place, while you're trying to build your own place, whatever the case may be, this place is going to be made available to people in the remnant, in the awakening, for you to be able to come base over there, settle down, figure out what Yah wants you to do, and then move, to do. But it's also going to be a center. I can see it as a center where we can, whether you move out or you're in, we can all come together to fellowship, to learn, and to grow, in our walk. And I think it's going to be beautiful, because, from what Yah shows me, it's going to be a place that we are really going to enjoy. But and I'm eager. I think that's the part of the reason why I'm eager to do it on my own, because I feel like I can do it faster. But at the same time, when I think of it, I'm like, where am I going to get the resources from? to make this happen. And if I was to do it on my own, it would take a very long time to build that because it's somewhat of a big project, and I don't have the funds to do it. But Yah is calling on us to really appeal to those of us that are, fellowshipping together. And anyone out there that is watching this video that is also being led to help and assist us with this project, Yah is calling, and He's put it on my heart to put this message out there to you all, and to ask for assistance because I cannot do it on my own. And with what we're doing, it's for all His children that are waking up. And so, I don't know. I really was hesitating to put this message out there because that's not me to really go out there and ask. That's something that Yah has put on my heart. And yesterday when I saw that message that I had written down 5 years ago, and we moved in 2023. So this was 3 years before we even made the move. It was a confirmation to me that I really need to put this message out there, and whatever Yah is going to do out of it, He does it. But I'm just doing my duty and my assignment as Yah has directed me to do, and to ask for the assistance to all of you out there. However you want to help us with this project, whether it's continual, whether it's a one-time help, resources, whatever it may be. Let us know, and we will definitely appreciate it, and I'm sure Yah has a blessing for anyone that obeys His voice to help us with this project. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's up to Yah, whatever. To make it happen. So, So we'll put, a small presentation in there that I will explain, what the place looks like, where it is, and the game plan, everything that I have set up, where I've gotten with it, and what needs to be done to get it to, where it needs to be. Yeah.
And just, if you watch this video and you're instantly like, I want to help, I want to be a part of this, whatever it is, like basically the Spirit is leading you, definitely. We could put some information also inside of the description. If you don't just want to just contribute, but you actually feel led to actually join and link in, we definitely want to have a way for you to be instantly linked in. So I think I'll probably put some type of link inside of a pinned comment right below. And also some different, maybe PayPal, Cash App, if anyone wants to donate those ways, we can do that inside of a link down below. Mm-hmm. But as Teddy said, he'll also have a longer presentation for you all. And I just want to also say, just as a FYI, so as you said, this is land that we've had for some years now, but just now past couple of years, we've been led to actually go to Ghana, Teddy's homeland, and now my new homeland, and actually start doing work on the land. And so this is something that we've had for a while. And also just by the grace of God, we also were able to find some farmland close by. And so I've always knew that farm was going to be some type of community thing. I've always known it was going to be something to not like, I've never been like super interested in like farming, like, for like industry or whatnot. I've always been interested in farming to feed the people, right? And so I also want to just put that there that, this is truly about community. Right. Yeah, it's not like a real estate venture. Like it's about a community of followers of Yahuwah, because we're finding that a lot of us are understanding that we need to get out of certain systems that we're in or certain lifestyles that we're in. And we need to do whatever is possible in order to live that set apart lifestyle. So I just wanted to add that in. Do you have anything else?
Thank you. So, whoever listens, at the end of the day, I'm grateful that, you took the time to listen to this message. And, wherever Yah leads us from here, it's up to Him. And I guess I'm excited to see what comes out of this because, I would say the enemy had been fighting me from putting out this message. I've been wrestling. Mm-hmm. 1 second I want to put it out, next second I don't, because I think it's like fighting my flesh, because my flesh wants to do it on its own, but Yah keeps reminding me that I should put it out there. And so I'm just being obedient at this point, and following and listening to the Spirit and following the instructions that have been given. And so I'm excited to see where it leads us, from here. So thank you all once again.
Thank you all. Yeah. God bless, and thank you all.
Okay. Thank you all once again for joining us for this presentation. So yeah, right in front of us, you can see the 3D images of the homes that I've designed. I hope you all like them. These are single unit homes. All right. So each one, whether it's a 2-story, most of them are 2 stories anyway. So, one unit on the bottom, the other one on the top. That would be 2 people, sharing that one block. Okay. All right. So let's get through this real quick. What is, the Yahusha estate? All right. So it's a place of safety, and restoration and gathering for the remnant awakening across the nations. Okay. These are people that yourself. These are people that Yah is calling and touching their hearts and speaking to people of all nations, to move back to Africa or wherever it may be. All right. So in this case, we're talking about Ghana. There's been a lot of people that have heard, voices or a deep yearning to move back home, and they're going through this process as of now. Other people are preparing in the process of preparation, right? And trying to figure out how they're going to make it happen. Let's be real. Not everyone has the resources and everything available to just up and leave. And so it makes it difficult. As much as we want to be obedient, the world has taught us otherwise, for us to basically move according to our strength, the resources we have and whatnot. And so it's difficult for a lot of us to just up and leave because we feel like, oh, we are going to be homeless when we get somewhere, to wherever we are going, or we're going to struggle and all that. And it makes it difficult. Well, thanks to Yah being so good, he's put this, plan on our hearts. This was not meant to be, a place for this sort of thing, like an estate for, the remnant. It was supposed to be for my family and I. But Yah has put this, in my heart. And, like I mentioned before, it's something that I guess 5 years ago he put in my mind when I was planning to move to Ghana. And I didn't even remember until just, a couple of days ago. It crossed my mind. All right. So that was about 2 days ago or so. Yesterday, actually, it came to my mind that, I found a message that I had, saved in my phone, that Yah actually wanted me to do this. And so here I am now, presenting this information to you all, to make this estate available to those that are looking to make that transition. All right. So it's a starter kit for, what we call it. Basically, it's to help you transition, right? It's not a permanent stay, for people to come stay there for the rest of their life, but it's to help you once you make the move somewhere you can stay, to navigate Ghana, to figure out where you're going to go, where you're going to buy land, and all of that. Somewhere safe that you can be, while you figure all of that out. And once, you're okay and ready to move, then you can move out of there and make room for somebody else, that is looking to make the move as well. Okay. So, this is for the children that Yah is calling out of Babylon. Then they're going to need a place to rest and heal and prepare for the next steps in his great plan. Okay. And like I said, it's not a permanent stay. All right. This is a transitional. This is to help you all, have somewhere safe to be while you figure everything out. Okay. All right. So, if you've already made up your mind that you want to support us in this mission, to put up these, estate and, everything that we are doing, this is the information that we have for you all. As far as, resources, anything is welcome. At this stage, obviously, we can't do much with furniture and all of that stuff because we have to put the buildings up before we can put any of those in there. Once we get to that stage, in preparation for it, we can receive all of that stuff. It could be microwaves, could be fridges, it could be, furniture, whatever that, you all know that will be needed in, a home. Those things are all welcome. And as of now, I think the majority of the resources that we'll need, be it building materials or money, funds, that is helpful as well, because that's what we're going to need most at this stage, to keep pushing and to get this, vision to come true. Okay. So you can send us money or send it to me, through Cash App, at, $ TeddyPeprah, US PayPal. We're going to pin that in the comment section so you can find that information there. Zelle, you can send it to my US number, 862-346-0000. And if you're in Ghana and you want to send us money, you can send it through Momo. My Ghana number is 053-134-3867. Okay. Thank you. All right. So the housing plan, basically, the plan is to have it as a rental place for you all, right? Very, very low rent payment, for you all, to make it easy, that, to make the move easy for you. So let's say, for example, if the homes were ready now, in this economy, I would say something like $100 per month would suffice. And this is to help maintain the ground. Paint is going to be worn out, grass is going to be overgrown, and any other work that we need to do around the land, around these buildings, to upkeep it and to maintain the farm and everything else that we're going to be doing. I think something like that is the price line that we'll be looking at, to charge for a monthly rent on the place. All right. So just to give you all a fair idea of, when we say low rent, what we are thinking, as far as rent. Okay, so we're not thinking anything crazy, because we want this to be something that's affordable to all, and to make, it possible for you all to be able to make the move, and follow the voice of Yah. Okay. All right. And all proceeds go towards the building and the upkeep and everything that has to do with this vision that Yah has given us. We have no interest whatsoever to on using any of these funds for ourselves or anything that pertains to us personally. It's all going to, this vision Yah has given us. Okay. All right. So this is basically the plan, the block plan of the estate. Okay. As you can see, it has 46 units. This building right here, that's 4 units in there. So you can see that there is, one room here, another room here, and it's a story building. So it's going to mirror the same thing on the top level as well. So the same here, the same here, same here as well. And these ones are, in the center, those are 2 units. So there's going to be one on the top, one on the bottom. Same here, here, and here as well. Okay. These ones, this is a 2-story as well, but it has the bedroom on the bottom. The bedroom on the top, and the living room and kitchen on the bottom. So this is basically designed for, my right hand man that are going to be there to basically maintain the area and, basically help me out with everything that I'm going to be doing. Um, with this estate. Okay. And then over here, this is a 2-unit too. You're going to have one here and one going across as well. Once you start seeing the 3D images, you understand what it is that I'm saying. So this is the same thing as well. Okay. Here is a 6-unit building. Okay. You have, it's a story building on this end of it. All right. So there is 2 units on top of each other here and 2 units on top of each other here. And then here you have 2 units. So you have 2, 4, and 6. These units are going to be small. Actually, sorry. This unit is going to be smaller and this one will be smaller. And this is the full length right here. So yeah, the same thing mirrors right here. Here we have a store. All right. There's going to be 2 3-story buildings right here. And as you see the 3D images, that would explain further how they are supposed to look like. So this is all going to be based on land that we have already purchased. Right in this area right here would be our personal home that we are building, close to finish. All right, so you're going to see the pictures as I move forward on what I'm saying. Okay. All right, so this is a short video that puts all the 3D images that I have together, a quick view of how everything is supposed to look like, and then we'll go through it individually for you all to have a closer look at everything. Okay, so enjoy the quick video, and I'll return back. So, as I was mentioning before, we have a 6-unit apartment. All right. So this is what I was talking about. You're going to have two. You see the entrance here, another entrance here that goes, it's about 40 feet long and about 12 feet wide. So it mirrors a shipping container a little bit, wider and bigger. Actually, yeah, wider, as far as length is the same. I'll show you a real picture, after the three, the images, a place that I stayed where I got this idea from, to design this building. As little as it may sound, it's, it's very, useful and functional. Okay. All right. So this is 6-unit, one room here, another room here. You have one here and one here. All right. So you see an entrance here, another entrance here, another entrance here, and there's one on the other side. This is where I said the room is going to be a little bit shorter. And these ones, on the top are full length, and these ones at the bottom is full length. So there's two of these type of designs, in this state. Okay. All right. So this is the store. All right. So at the bottom, you're going to have the individual stores right here. Some we're going to use to sell, produce from our farm, um, and some we're gonna rent out to get funds so that we can keep maintaining the estate and also whatever else that we need to do to continue improving. Right. All right. So here, it's an enclosed area that can be used as a worship center or event center. Anything that we need to do, that is going to help out with the movement that we have, the journey that we're going through. We're going to go through. It could be a school for little kids and stuff like that. All right. Up here, we can use as a restaurant, a gathering area. It's open, so we can also enjoy the views. In the area, we have nice mountains, and stuff like that around us. And so, yeah, that's how it's designed. And there's two of them. So you see one here and one here. Okay. All right, so this is the 2 units that I was talking about. One at the bottom and one on the top. Okay, these are all single units. So almost think of it as a studio apartment. Okay, you go in, you have your straight shot with your bedroom, kitchen. It has everything: bedroom, kitchen, living room, and toilet and bath in there. All right. Okay. So this is what I was talking about, for my right hand man. You have the bedroom on the top, you have the living room, and kitchen, and bath on the bottom side. Okay, so that's two of them. All right. And then this is the four single unit apartment. As you can see, a door here, door here, door here, door here. Same design all throughout. So there are several of these, I believe six all together like that. All right. All right. So this is the two unit, single unit apartments. You have one on the bottom, entrance right there. One on the top, entrance right here. Same design all throughout. Okay. There are, I believe, four of them that I have in the design. So there you go. This is another view of the four single unit apartment. Okay, so this is the real life picture that I took, the place that I stayed at, and that was the design. A very functional, easy, comfortable place to be. As you can see, there's a bed right here. You have the living room, with a TV set up right here, the kitchen right here, a little dining set right here for two, a coffee table set up right here, or whatever it is that, we'll use it for once we are done. Okay. So this is a closer view of it. You got your little couch over here, table, set up. And the plan is to really, furnish the room. So you really don't have to bring anything. There's going to be beds. There's going to be lights. There's going to be a couch, and all these things made available so that your move is quite simple and straight to the point. Okay. Basically all you're going to be doing is paying for electric and water on top of whatever rent that we are charging over there at that time. Okay. So it's designed to be or um, very affordable. Okay. We're going to work on putting solar over there for backup in case, the grid goes down. We will have a little bit of solar energy to be able to power you, until the grid comes back. And if it does go out for long term, obviously we can always improve. And that's what taking rent and renting other places for is all about, so that we can continually improve to eventually make it like an off-grid place that if the grid goes down, we're still taking care of having our own water, having our own electricity, and all these things. Okay, so yeah. All right, so here, it'll be the design of the kitchen, very compact, but it has everything that you need, a fridge, stove, microwave, your sink, storage for dishes and all of that stuff. So yeah, very, very functional. All right, you'll have your own toilet and bath in there with your sink. Very functional. You don't need to step outside of your unit to use it. Those facilities outside, everything will be inside of that unit. Okay. All right. So that will be the bathroom, the shower. All right. And then we'll look at the coffee station. I don't know if it will be a coffee station, but once we're done, we'll see how it all plays out in the end. Okay. And if you guys really love coffee, I guess you let us know, and we'll see how we can make that provision come to fruition. Okay, so what are the steps to accomplish this vision? Okay, so land acquisition, I told you that we have already acquired the land. As I was mentioning, this area right here, this is where we're building our home. I purchased this shipping container many years back. These are blocks that we built on our own. This was our workstation. All of this has been moved around because we've already started our home over here. So this area is walled off. And we've also started a wall around the estate that you'll get to see as well. Okay. So this is going to be the entire land right here for the estate. Okay. Much bigger than what we cut out for ourselves. Okay. And right now we're in the process of getting a title for the land. Okay. That should be, I'm praying that it will be done by the end of this year. That, all the paperwork will be done. It's already ours, but we want to be able to put it in our name. The title process. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. Okay. All right. So, that's that. The building permit is the next thing. All right. The title we already funded, so that's not to be worried about. We'll take care of that. Next thing we need is the building permit. I have all the building designs ready to go. My architect has done a fantastic job with those 3D images and the building plan. So all I need to do, is to take it to the district assembly, get a building permit so that we don't get harassed once we start building, and start putting up the homes. All right. So we need to first complete the wall around the estate. All right. I've already started it. It's about halfway through, but we need to bring it up a little bit more higher, to be able to have a better security around us. All right. So yeah, once we're done with the security wall, then we'll put a gate on there and we'll start building the homes. All right. As I mentioned, I have a block factory. I've set it up over here. You get to see that. It's functional. So all we need is to buy the building materials like cement and the quarry dust, and we'll start building blocks, and the homes will be up before you even know it. Okay. So once that's up, then obviously we start building the homes. Okay. All right, so as you can see, this is our home right here. It's much further up. If you know my channel, Building Ghana's Future, you've probably seen a more updated look of it. All right, and this is where the estate is going to be. All right, this is the dwarf wall. It's not completely done yet. If you look here, you'll see that it's a little bit shorter, about half the height of the wall around our home. Okay, so we need to complete that, and put a gate on it right here. And yeah, it'll be set up. As you can see, the shipping container is now here. It used to be up here. It's now here. And the block factory is right next to it. So this is where the parking space is going to be. The store will be in this location right here. And the homes will be lined up, all throughout. Okay. So yeah, basically I've covered everything that we have written over here. We can move on to the next page. This is where the block factory is. As you can see, I was building blocks before while I took this picture. I got quarry dust over here. We store cement, and we cut the blocks, everything, line them up here, dry them, and start using them for work. Okay. So yeah, storage for safety keeping of all the materials that we will have, that needs to be kept inside or indoors, and also minimizes theft. Okay. Okay. Um, so yeah, this is the section that I have left, available for the store. Unfortunately, I didn't take a picture that shows the entire length of it, but it's a pretty good length right there. So you can tell that the stores are, going to be quite big also. Okay. All right. So the building plans, as I mentioned, these are single units, self-contained. They have basically everything you can think of them as a studio apartment. It has everything that you need in there. Okay. And this was to minimize the cost of construction, to be able to put up the buildings as quickly as possible. And that was the game plan. All right. So, excuse me. As you know, the stores are going to be 3 stories. We're going to have the store at the bottom, the restaurant, and the event center. And it can change depending on what, we decide to do with it, as we move forward, right? It could be a school or anything that we choose to make it. All right. We also have a farm that's going to be, we plan to grow. We actually growing stuff already. Fruit trees already up. We got orange, tangerine, coconut. Um, can't think of everything right now, but yeah. And we plan, once we move into our home, we're actually going to push, much harder on the farm to get more things growing over there. All right. So that we can actually supervise everything. We need to be there to supervise in order for things to go the way that we really want them to go. Okay. All right, so here's an image of the farmland. Um, this ours start from here. This fence line has been moved, so it starts from here, goes to about here, and covers this entire section. About 2 acres of land that we have over there. We do have another land. This one is about a quarter of a mile walk from where the estate is going to be. So we usually just walk over here. But we do have another, farmland that's probably about 6 acres. That's much further away from, where this construction will be. But we're definitely planning on increasing we also have, plants, growing over there, the same fruit trees that we are growing over here, is growing over there as well. So we'll increase on growing the farm as time goes, and we're gonna grow more stuff, mixing vegetables and all these things as time goes. Okay, all right. So um, this is an image of where that the other farm is. Basically covers, a good portion of this area right here. Okay. Um, yeah, actually it goes around this way, close to this farm right here. So somewhere along this line. So pretty big land. So, we've already, we are actually paying on this one right now. The 2 acres, we have already completed paying. This one we're still making payments on, and yeah, willing, we'll be able to take care of that, in due season. So in summary, basically we need your support, as we mentioned earlier, to complete the entire estate. We already have a dwarf wall complete. We need to extend that further and make it a full wall around the estate. Okay. We need to pay for a building permit, so that we can start building these units. Okay. Construction begins as we get the funds. All right. First thing, would probably be to get the building permit. Once that's secured, as more funds come in, we're going to continue the wall, put a gate on the estate, and then the buildings will start coming up. Okay, so it all depends on how quickly we can gather some donations, and then we'll push this estate to go further. So we're counting on you all to be a great support. And as he has promised that, I can't do this on my own, that he's going to provide the support. And so, I'm looking forward to Yah making the way and touching the hearts of, each and every one of you listening to my voice today, so that you can, help us as best as you can, whether it's a one-time support, whether it's bi-weekly or monthly, whatever it is that Yah touches your heart to do. We all always appreciate you. All right. We're also going to create a WhatsApp group for those of you that, have interest in, moving in once the estate is complete, to be able to use what we are building the place for, to help you with your transition. We'll build a WhatsApp group so that you all can be in there, and then I'll give you updates as we make progress, on the land, so that you can see that, your donations are actually being put to use and that not being, squandered, which I have no interest whatsoever in wasting, any donation that I have. Like I said, I'm very, eager and, excited to embark on this journey. And so, whatever little that I can get, I'm always going to push to have it, do some type of work, for the work that we have ahead of us. Okay. All right. So, besides the construction, we also have the farms that we need to work on. Things like building like a good fence around. Right now we have a fence around, but it's wooden, and we are constantly facing issues with people, breaking the fence, or animals, people. We have cows and, sheep and goats and all that stuff in that area. So, sometimes they go out feeding and they'll break the fence to enter the farm. So we really need to get a proper fence around the land so that, it will be much secured, that whatever that we sow over there is not going to be wasted. All right. So funds can also go towards that as well, to put like a chain link fence around the farm so that we can secure it properly. All right. And then, grow more fruits, grow more, medicines, grow more vegetables, all these things that's going to be a healing to our body. Organic stuff. We're not planning to put any chemicals, whatsoever on this land, because we want everything to be organic. We want everything to be healing, to our body as intended by Yah. Okay. So that's pretty much, everything. This concludes the presentation, and I hope that you all enjoyed each and every second of it. and, let us know how best you can help us. We're waiting to hear from you all. So thank you for your time and have a blessed day. Bye bye.